It's almost Christmas. Wait, really? It doesn't feel like it. Like, it feels like it's still July. Well, not if you go outside. At least not in Michigan. Basically, my point is the pandemic has screwed up this year. The holiday season doesn't really feel special right now. It doesn't, because you can't get together with your friends, and if you can, you have to be outside and 6 feet apart, and it's like, who wants to do that when it's negative 30 outside? And it just doesn't have the same feel this year. Like, seriously, I was just doing my schoolwork or whatever, and then I realized, in 2 days from now, it's Christmas. I didn't get to go Christmas shopping this year for my friends like I normally do. We're not going to get together as a family to celebrate it, really. We're going to do a few things with my immediate family, like we're going to have our annual waffles, and we're going to, open up the few presents that we were able to get. But it's not as much as a normal year, and I won't get to see my extended family probably at all. That got me to thinking, Christmas doesn't feel the same. Like, Christmas evolves as you do. As you age, it changes. And I've realized this. I'm only 17, almost 18 now, but it is different. And today I want to talk about kind of the evolution of Christmas. Because it changes a lot. Like, when you're younger, you love toys, right? You get all the toys on Christmas. You get to play with your action figures or whatever. You get the Barbies, or whatever. You can get stuffed animals a lot. There's a lot of stuff for you to get, and a lot of it is relatively cheap. I mean, sometimes it's not as cheap, but most of the time, I mean, come on, you get a toy truck for like $2, whatever, and they'll love it. And as you get older, like, you get fewer gifts. And that's not because, you're poor or anything, although that can happen, but it's mostly a lot of the stuff that you want when you're older is more expensive. Like, phones, for example. You can get a phone now for Christmas, which is amazing, but it's also like $500, or more. And it's like, you can get 500 action figures for like $1 or one phone. Like, under the Christmas tree, the 500 things looks more impressive, but maybe that's not what you want, Or you could get a Xbox or PlayStation or whatever for Christmas, and that's a lot of money, but you get it, and you spend a lot of time with it, or you get a controller or a new game, or Blu-ray discs, or like movies to watch or whatever. Like, when I was younger, when people used to come over, and my extended family, like my aunts or whatever, they didn't know what to get me, so they'd just get me like socks or like a shirt or something, and you'd always go, oh, nice, throw it over your shoulder and like keep digging for presents. But now it's like, whenever I get clothes like that, I'm like, oh, cool, I needed a shirt. A lot of my favorite shirts and stuff are stuff I got from Christmas. And stuff like that, it just kind of changes over when you get older. And I'm sure a lot of my audience knows that already, because they're probably around my age. But for any younger audience members, just know that it's gonna feel different. Not like in a bad way, but just different. And I'm sure when I'm even older, it'll change even more. But it's just fascinating how that sort of works. And this year, the evolution is less so about extended family and more so about, what you do with your family. A lot of people have Christmas or Thanksgiving traditions, but for my family, we don't really have a lot of traditions. We get together once in a while, like my extended family and everybody. We get together for Thanksgiving, we get together for Christmas, we get together on New Year's sometimes, but we don't have a lot of, like, strong traditions. Except for Christmas. The biggest tradition we probably have is waffles on Christmas morning. Afternoon, whenever we eat. We always get waffles with ice cream on it, and it's great. If you've never had it, you need to eat it. It's amazing. But and this year, that's kind of all the stuff you have. You can't really go out to watch a movie on Christmas or whatever, like a lot of people tend to do. Can't go to the bowling alley, can't really go to the mall. There's a lot of things that are different this year. And that makes it feel less like a holiday and less special. But if you have strong traditions, or if you have things to do, maybe it's not. I'm going to be honest with you, this video was kind of not what I expected to do this year. I tried to do another thing, like it was a half skit, and with other stuff in it, and it turned out horribly. Like, I filmed it probably a week ago now, and it was bad. It was so disjointed and everything, and I figured, okay, I'm gonna refilm it now, and this is kind of what I came up with. I really don't know what a whole lot to do. My original plan was to do a skit but it's kind of hard with COVID, and it's just me doing the skit. And then I was gonna play like a game or like talk about something else, but I figured this year with COVID kind of screwing up normal what you would do, what you think of when you think of a holiday, I kind of wanted to talk about just the evolution of it, like how it changes as you grow and how you learn to appreciate different things of it. You know, like when you're younger, all you want is gifts, 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 gifts. And then people always say, oh, well, it's not about getting gifts, it's about giving gifts. And while that's still kind of not true, I still do really like giving gifts now. I used to hate it because I was like, what do I buy for this person? But me and Cameron had this tradition that kind of broke this year of going out to a mall or Walmart or whatever, and doing Christmas shopping together, like for everyone. And that's super fun. And yeah, I even made a video about it like 3 years ago. I don't know, it was a while ago now. But I actually made a video of it. Didn't make a video of the whole thing because that would take forever. But it was fun. And unfortunately, that did not happen this year. But hopefully, it will happen next year. Because that really is probably my favorite part of just kind of shopping. Like, not necessarily even what I get people. It's just kind of the experience of it kind of changes. Hopefully you guys have a happy Christmas and a good New Year. And hopefully next year is, not COVID. At least not as bad. Like, it'll still be around, obviously. But hopefully it won't be quite this bad. With the vaccine and everything. I think it's going to be different still for a while, but hopefully it gets closer to being normal than it is now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below about just really anything. Please comment. I don't get a lot of comments. Okay, so basically the rest of my schedule this year isn't a whole lot. Like, that Q&A, I still haven't gotten any actual questions, so that kind of concerns me. But that was supposed to be for New Year's, or like the day after New Year's or whatever. But that might not happen if you guys don't give me questions. So if that does happen to be pushed back, I do have another video coming out about online shopping and why it sucks. But that's kind of a discussion for another day. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see all you monsters in the next episode. Goodbye.